Let's talk a little bit about this north-south debate that we're reporting. Viewer, the Congress's defeat in the Hindi Heartland and amazing victory in Telangana has triggered a concerted attempt to draw a line between India's north and south. I'm an Indian, I'm a South Indian, I'm a native of Karnataka, I was born and brought up in Chennai, I've lived in Delhi for 25 years, more than half my life. But when I say hometown, for me, that is still Chennai, which is why this north-south nonsense is particularly infuriating and jarring. The moment the election results became clear, the organized dissemination of this north-south narrative exploded on social media. The idea somehow that election results are a pronouncement of how different the north and south are. First of all, to all of those peddling this idiotic agenda, India isn't just the north and the south. We've got a west, we've got an east, a northeast, and a big fat central part of the country. So this whole north-south nonsense is, for starters, geographically challenged. Second, this notion of two regions pulling away from each other is hardly new. It's being pushed now as a kind of brave-face ointment in the face of disparate election results. But it's been peddled several times, both subtly and explicitly in the past. For decades, the DMK has shaped its politics around derision for the North and Hindi speakers. Just today, a DMK MP in Parliament described Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh as Gaumatra states. It just rolled off his tongue because this form of abuse is very much the calling card of the DMK and therefore can be understood if not condoned. Just months ago, the DMK's heir apparent, Udayanidhi Stalin, made the infamous comparison of Sanatana Dharma with malaria and disease. And he now accuses the BJP of twisting his comment for the consumption of these so-called Gaumutra states. Whether posturing or rooted in reality, this derision for the North is part of the DMK's identity. But here's the thing, it's one thing for a regional Dravidian party to draw these north-south lines and divisions. But it is entirely different for a national, truly national party, India's second biggest, to come out and flirt with the notion of a north-south divide for whatever reason. So not only do you have the Congress data head Praveen Chakravarti tweeting and quickly deleting a post about the thickening line between north and south, but prominent pro-Congress voices are seriously calling for an economic boycott of North Indian-owned businesses in the southern states, and they aren't being checked for it. But this north-south nonsense hasn't just sprung from anywhere. In 2021, you remember how Rahul Gandhi, in the heat of elections, said being an MP in Kerala is refreshing because voters there go into issues and aren't just superficial, as if to suggest that voters in UP, where he lost his election, were surface voters with zero interest in real issues. Let's be clear. Dividing comes naturally to politicians of all hues, of all parties. Dividing on religion, on caste, on language, on profession. For most part, politicians divide us to win. What we're seeing now, perhaps for the first time in Indian history, are the seeds of division being planted in the wake of an election loss? Or is Bharat Jodo totally negotiable? The country has enough contradictions, divisions and fault lines. Please, let there be no more.